Welcome back. Let's invite the management of Symphony on our show. Now, Q3 is typically a lean period because this is a company which largely sells air coolers. So their peak months are the summer months. But in the quarter gone by, in Q2, the company reported a decent set of numbers. The revenue met street expectations. The margins were higher for the company, and the other income boosted the company's profitability. Nrupesh Shah, Managing Director, Corporate Affairs at Symphony, is now with us on the show. So before we get down to the near-term outlook, I just wanted to ask you, say for the last 2 or 3 years, what has been the growth of the the coolers market versus ACs? And how has your market share moved? Because there just appears to be increasing competition in the segment that you operate in.
Yeah, so as it can be seen from our June quarter performance as well as from our September quarter performance, there has been outstanding growth. In fact, in June quarter, on top of off-season sale, we more than doubled our sales YOY. So there has been a decent traction, industry is expanding, and our market share remains constant at about 50% or slightly higher than that. As far as current quarter is concerned, there is a decent collection from the trade as per our business practice. Of course, some of the collection is for many new models which we are launching, so that will be billed in March quarter. But overall, going is pretty well.
Okay, going is good, but is it led by a domestic market growth or is it the export markets? Because we were discussing it last year, export markets were under pressure. Have things improved considerably now?
So mainly it is led by domestic market, and in some of the selected export market, there is a traction, including IMCO Mexico, Brazil, and partly China. However, in Australia as well as in United States, certainly there are headwinds.
So will exports degrow in H2, sir?
No, there is not a question of degrowth. The question is generating a decent profitability and much ambitious growth. There is no question of degrowth.
And what is your market share now, sir?
So in domestic market, we continuously command more than 50% market share among organized players. And we lead by far vis-a-vis competitors. And very recently, we have launched 17 new models of air coolers, and they have received excellent response. And dispatch of that will begin from next week of December. And we have received phenomenal collection for new models. At the same time, as announced earlier, we have also launched path-breaking water heaters. As of now, they have been launched in select market of South India, mainly in 2 states. And starting from next week, we are launching all India on e-commerce as well as D2C.
So let me get to those 17 new models that you've launched, and then we'll get to heater market in just a bit. You said you'll be starting selling them in the market from next week. So that means it's towards the end of Q3. What is the TAM that you are addressing via these new 17 new launches? How much will it add to your top line in FY25 itself? And at full scale, what would it be in FY26?
So as I said earlier, currently we are sitting on decent advances towards new models. However, most of them will not be built in current quarter because production is going to begin and dispatch starting from next week. So current quarter to an extent will be subdued because most of the collection is towards new models. However, we will start March quarter with the bumper collection to build in that month and in that quarter. As far as the incremental sales is concerned, it's very difficult to quantify, but it should be certainly in a high double-digit percentage.
And this would be pan-India, these 17 new products, or is it dedicated to certain geographies only?
No. As far as air coolers are concerned, of course, they are pan-India across the channels, including general trade, modern trade, e-commerce, as well as D2C. But in phases over next 2 months.
Sorry, what are the advances for these 17 new products that you've received so far?
No, I can't quantify that, but that's really the decent. And hence, as on 31st December, we will sit on the largest ever unbilled advance historically. But that means our sales of December quarter will be postponed to March. So let's not read too much in that. So what I mean by that, in December quarter, of course, sales will be good, but it will be a depressed sales vis-a-vis what it ought to be. And that will be billed in March quarter.
Okay. Mr. Shah, there was a legal action that you had initiated for full recovery from a trade distributor. You had a 10-year-long relationship. Despite that, there were some issues in Q2. Is there an update? Have you been able to recover that amount?
So there has been some major legal update, but right now, matter being sub judice, at this point of time, I'm unable to disclose anything more. But as and when something more concrete happens, we will announce it. But we are fully after that, and we are going very aggressive.
Okay, we can't hear you, Mr. Shah, but thank you very much for joining in. We got the gist. So the company's launched 70 new coolers. They've seen phenomenal response for that. They're sitting on strong advances. It will flow through only into the March quarter, but otherwise, December has also been a good season for Symphony. That's the key crux of what the company had to say. Exports, I think, is still a bit subdued, at least in parts of it. Get into a break. As we do that, here is some good news for all you viewers. India's business news leader is now just a click away. So we're introducing to you the all-new app. Get instant access to breaking news, in-depth articles, financial world updates at your fingertips. So download the CNBC-TV18 app now from the Apple Store or the Google Play Store.